Okay, it is October 27th, 2016, and today is the day of the cast and crew screening. It's a black tie event. It starts in about 50 minutes, and I have not yet changed. So we're gonna have to make this quick.
Baby, you should know by now that I'm the man in town. Got an issue with me, go ahead and air it out. Hey, I've been looking, but I ain't seen a single fuck around. Cause when I show up, I shut shit down. Now hear me out. Baby, you should know by now that I'm the man in town. Got an issue with me, go ahead and air it out. Hey, I've been looking, I ain't seen a single fuck around. Shut shit down. Hear me out. I saw the new shade of blue.
Sorry, I was not planning on doing this. But if we can. Can we have first, let's have the cast stand up. If you were a part of the cast, will you stand up? Okay, stay standing. Pardon me. If you were a member of the crew, will you stand up? Now, if you came on set as a background. No, everyone stay standing. If you came as a background actor to join us, will you please stand up? Now, if you are one of our faithful Kickstarter supporters, will you also please stand? Okay, now, at this point, probably everybody that is still sitting is like, okay, what about me? Well, to everyone that is still sitting, all of these people made this for you. We're really excited for you guys to watch this movie. Shall we?
Yes.
Yeah! Alright, let's do it. Okay, so we are right outside of Honolulu. We're preparing for a short that I wrote about a Spanish conquistador. So today we're doing camera tests. Basically, we're going to be looking at the lenses that we're using, the filters that we're going to be using, deciding the look that we want for the final film. We're shooting on really nice equipment because we're working with a company called Sight and Sound, who basically rents out all of the production gear to all of the major Hollywood productions that comes in. We're taking a little bit of a break from Secondhand Hearts, not really, because we're still ongoing with a ton of stuff. But basically, while we're submitting to festivals, we want to keep the iron hot. We want to keep ourselves sharp, and so we're going to keep making as much as we can while we can. So, here's today.
It's in the back.
Ultracon will go in the back?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. All right, just for fun, let's go one heavier on gold.
Okay, so basically what we're doing right now is that we are testing out the different kind of filters that go in front of it. We've nailed it down to a look that I think that we'll end up going with, which is a gold filter and then an antique filter, because this short would take place in the 1400s. So we're trying to get it to as close as the final look as possible, so it'll be less work in color. I think we've got it. Okay, so Strawberry is here. So basically, as we are establishing the look, Strawberry is here to make sure what we are doing is still going to give us the flexibility that we need once we go back to him for color. And he's also creating a LUT so that we can shoot with it and be fairly close to what we're going to end up with. So he's here making sure we're not doing anything wrong.
Copy
Love
Today we're testing out some of the Cook S4 minis. The Zeiss Super Speed Primes and the Ari Zeiss Ultra Primes.
Okay, so we have decided on the Zeiss Super Speeds for the lenses, and for the filters we decided to go with the Gold C's and the Antique 2s. So now that we have that decided, we're gonna start shooting actual different kind of scenarios that we're gonna have in the script. We'll cut that all together, and then we'll throw it back into color and make sure that we have everything that we want, and then we'll do it. So here we go with the tests. So what you saw was all test footage, which is why you saw Nick in a bunch of different environments, whether it was a wide shot or an extreme close-up or in direct sunlight or kind of in the shade. We wanted to see how the camera, the lenses, the filters, and then finally the coloring was going to hold up. And then after we cut all of that together, believe it or not, I sent it to Michaela, who did our music for Secondhand Hearts, and she threw this music together as kind of a first pass for me and her to see if that's the feeling that we want, which, I mean, she does what she does and it's almost perfect. But we're gonna use that as a starting point so that we can start working on the music and get something that's pretty close to the feeling, the instruments that we want when we finally go to shoot in the first part of December. That's kind of how that went. From here, we're gonna start prepping, a lot of scouting, and then we're gonna start shooting. So stay tuned for that. We'll see you next week.